Hello, my name's Ashton, and this will be my Module 5 reflection. So the first question is, have you ever created a PDF before? Discuss your experiences using Chrome and what you think of the process of making a PDF. So I swear we've already talked about that before. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm crazy, but so everyone by now should have done a PDF and experienced that. It's really not that complicated, especially going through Chrome to do it. So like you go into File, or no, you go into the settings, like the three dots on the Chrome, and then you open up, you go print, and then instead of printing, you change it into save as PDF to put on your desktop. And you can do that for literally any website or anything you're on Chrome for. And it's a really simple process. I've done it a bunch before for various different things, ranging from school to work to for the military and for personal reasons and fun stuff, like, you know, whatever I want. So yeah, like it's definitely a pretty simple process. It is it's a very simple process, and it's a very useful process, which leads to the next question. Describe ways that you think PDF files will be useful for you as a future teacher in the education environment. So the thing is, like, how the world is now with computers and technology, we're pretty computerized, if that makes sense. Very, very tech dependent, if that makes sense. And it's only going to get even more. It's only going to be even more necessary and needed. So in the education environment, it's going to become more computer-based and have way more technology than ever before. So PDF files are going to be extremely useful because you can, I really do think, it's kind of already happening now, or not even kind of, it is happening now, where like teachers all over the world are putting their assignments online, putting their computer-based programs for learning online, and you're able to go get them, or maybe even pay for them in some cases, but you can go get them, download them, print them out, save them on your computer as a PDF, and then come back to it later. And that's going to become very prevalent and very normalized, I think even more in the next 10 years. As long as the computer stays around, which it will, it's definitely going to become more prevalent ever before. So that's how I think it will be useful for me, is like I'll be able to go online, find worksheets, and be like, or even make my own worksheets and save it as a PDF, and then be able to print them out in a future date and to give to my students. My favorite ed tech resource was Scholastic. Going through everything on here, I thought Scholastic was the coolest one because I love Scholastic books, and I love the website they have for it, so you can see all the different kind of books. Now I'm not gonna lie, it's been forever since I've read a Scholastic book, but I always did love like what was it called, a book fair day, where it's like that's like the biggest. Pretty sure they're the ones that fund most of the book fairs, if I'm not wrong. Big Scholastic funding all the big book fairs in every elementary school. But yeah, no, I really like Scholastic the most. How do you plan to organize online resources that you find? So what I kind of do now, so like if I find something online, like when I'm doing my random online researches because I'm bored and have no life, sometimes I'll find a couple websites that I think are really key and awesome, like really keyed, very key points, very important, and I'll just make a Google Docs and save the URLs and organize them that way. So I'll probably just do the exact same thing I would do. So I'll find a bunch of like online resources, and I'm like, oh, this is really useful. I'll just make a Google Docs and just be like, then put the URLs in there and then be able to come back to them. That's definitely what I would do. After searching the OER repositories, were you able to find any useful resources for your future classroom? Do you see OER as an important source of content? So, Open Educational Resources, or OER, I was able to find some pretty useful ones. Honestly, the OER Commons was pretty interesting. It was like a dynamic library, and it had like a bunch of open source information and a bunch of connections to different educators in different key areas. Apparently, though, it's only for kind of higher education, but they are starting to do it for like more elementary kind of grade education or middle school education. So that was pretty cool. I thought that was a really useful source and very interesting website, and a piece of resource that I'll now forever have in the future. So I could totally see it being useful in the future for that purpose. Like I was just saying, the computer will always be part of the education system, if not more prevalent in the next couple of years. So, like, resources like OER will be extremely prevalent and very useful, and I'll definitely be using it a lot. Have you ever used a webcam to record yourself and upload a video to the internet? Well, yes, because of this class. I've also used YouTube before. When I was in middle school, as a cringe middle schooler, I thought it would have been really cool to make YouTube videos of me and my friends playing Gary's Mod, if any of you guys know that game, or Gmod. So, Gmod is what it's mostly known as, but the full name is Gary's Mod. So, yes, I have posted myself online before, but in very cringe ways, now thinking about it. But yeah, did you have any challenges getting the video recorded, uploaded, and pasted on the discussion board? Describe ways that you think video recorders can be useful for the future. So again, I swear we talked about that before as well, but nevertheless, no, it's pretty easy. So like, there's really two ways you can do it. You can either upload it on YouTube, and you use your school FHSU email, and you just download it. YouTube and Google does literally 90% of the work. You just record yourself and then move it into the upload website. I don't know the exact terminology what YouTube calls it, but it's like the upload point where you go into your thing and say upload video, and then you just like move file or move video into there, and it just does everything else for you, and that's really nice. Or you can just move it into the move it into the Blackboard discussion, which I've been doing mostly, and it just auto downloads the video in there. I don't know what sorcery makes it work. It's probably related to the Web 2.0 stuff we were just talking about a few weeks ago, where it's like, now that's just possible. I can just upload a video directly into a discussion board, and you can watch it in live time, which is pretty nice. So yeah, like definitely pretty useful. And how will it be useful for you as a future teacher in the educational environment? So video recordings, like I just said, I think now 2 times, third time, computers aren't going nowhere, and they will be extremely ingrained into education in the next couple years. More even so now, because it's not going anywhere. They're just going to become more powerful, more smaller, more useful, and more prevalent. I do think we will have like supercomputers, and it will be very cheap and easy to build because we just got to that point. so like, with that in mind, videos will become even more of a useful thing and even more prevalent. They already very much are, because like you can record yourself and do all sorts of things and come back to them. But now, like with online schooling, you can now record yourself a whole lesson plan and post it on your website or class or Blackboard, and then the students can go to it and watch it as many times as they want instead of a single lecture. Because that's like the big thing, is like you can do a single lecture in person, but all that's gone, right? Like the second it's over, it's gone, unless students have made notes of it and everything. And it can sometimes be hard to repeat exact information in the exact way that made sense to a student. The benefit of a video is you record yourself, and they can go back and rewatch a certain area as much as they want, or they can rewatch the video entirely if they want. They can watch chunks of it in their own ways of learning. They can do it in any sort of environment. They don't have to just be in the classroom and watching you in real time. They can literally be on their couch or in the library or in their office watching that video, and that's perfect. And the good news is you can still like go in person and clarify information. If the student's like, I don't understand this part of the video, it's like, oh, then let me tell you X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, extremely, extremely useful. But yeah. That is my reflection for Module 5. Thank you for watching.